Hey, third grade. Just glad to see you guys again this week. I'm going to be doing the reading part for the packet for packet 3. Just two lessons in this video. So here we go. Right now, I'm trying to share my screen. There you go. Sorry. Just don't want to mess up anything. So for this review packet, we're going to be doing reading and writing. So this is all in the literacy section in your packet. The first activity that I'm going to be doing is same and opposite. And then the second one I'm going to do is in how to writing. So let's go to the next thing. So same and opposite, same and opposite. With same and opposite, we're using the terms synonym and antonym. All right, guys, so which one is the same and which word means the same and which word means antonym? So I'm gonna circle the words we need to pay attention to. Synonym, antonym. Oh, move these over so we can see the word. Yeah, there you go. Oh no, not like that. So let's undo this. So that's okay. I'm going to highlight those words so we can see them. Synonym and antonym. So that was better. Thanks guys for bearing with me. So this is the synonym and antonym part. And we are going to be putting these words over here in the chart. So the word for huge, we're looking for the synonym. The synonym means the same. The synonym means the same. So that means that we're looking for the word with the same meaning. We're going to be looking for the word with the same meaning. And then in the next chart, we're going to be looking for the antonym, which is the opposite. And we're looking for the word that has the opposite meaning of huge. So, sorry, I want to change my pen here. That is it, and this one. All right, so I just wanted to do all that for you guys. So we're gonna be doing that. And so on this thing, I'm gonna exit these. All right. Okay. So we're gonna be looking for words for huge that means the same. So as I'm looking at this list, I'm gonna read out loud, allow. No, allow does not sound like the same as huge. Giant. Giant does sound like the same thing as huge. So I'm going to take my word giant and I'm going to bring it over here. Now we're going to look for the antonym. So now we're looking for the opposite, anything that's the opposite. So let's go through this list. Allow, no. We just did giant, so no. So to help us figure out doing this, I'm going to just cross out the ones that we've already used. So stingy, no, that doesn't mean anything opposite of huge. Outstanding, tiny, yes, huge is big and tiny is small. So tiny is an opposite word, an antonym of huge. So we're moving on to the word generous. Now, the meaning of generous is like giving something. Generous means to be giving, a giving person, a kind person that's willing to give. So let's go back up to our chart and start at allow. No, that doesn't mean giving, to be giving. Giant, stingy, no. Outstanding, tiny, giving. Wow, I found the word with the same meaning as generous. So that one is, because it has the same meaning as generous, it's a synonym. So I'm going to move my word over here and look again, guys. I'm going to cross it out. The next thing we're looking for is generous, and now we're looking for the antonym of generous. The antonym, again, is the opposite. So the antonym of generous is right there, stingy. So I'm going to pull that word again and bring it over here. So the next word is gentle. So as we're reading this, we're looking for the synonym again. Allow, giant, stingy, outstanding, tiny, giving, prevent, remarkable, kind. That kind of means, let's read the rest. Permit, reject, freezing, awful, harsh, selfish, enormous, chilly, rough, burning, terrible, small, selfless, tender, and blazing. I'm gonna choose the word kind. Now, for gentle, an opposite of gentle is gonna be harsh. That's the synonym. So I'm moving along faster now because we've just so we can move through this video. So the next one is great. Something that's great could be remarkable. So that's a good synonym. And something that's not, look for a word that does mean the opposite of great. The opposite of great. As you're looking, you're noticing, I'm noticing that there are many different words in here that you can use. So for my chart, I'm just using one, but that does not mean that you couldn't use another one. So great, remarkable. I'm gonna put awful. Yeah, awful's a good word to go. Yep, I'm gonna get that word. And I'm gonna put this word. Okay, it doesn't want me to get it anymore. I'm gonna put awful. So I moved awful over, and the next word is hot. I'm gonna put blazing. The next one for the synonym, remember synonym, we're looking for the same. And I'm gonna use chilly for the antonym because chilly means cold and the opposite of hot is cold. Forbid, I'm gonna do reject because reject means not to allow. And then for the antonym for forbid, I'm gonna do allow. So as you notice that some of these words, we have multiple words that we could use. We can use hot, maybe we could use rough for being the antonym for gentle over here. So this is fine. I'm fine with this. I'm gonna leave it at that, but this activity is fun and you can try to see which words you can add to different ones. You can try to add, different words to synonyms and antonyms because it's really more than here that's on the board. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to the how-to writing. So for the how-to writing, I'm gonna read the instructions for you. It says, describe how to complete an activity to a family member using transitional words. First, then, next, second, and finally. Write the steps for the activity using transitional words into a complete paragraph. So your steps should look like a complete paragraph. It should have text structure. It has an introduction. Your paragraph needs to have an introduction. It needs to have 3 steps and a closing. So in mine, I separated each, and then at the end, you will see me add them all together. So for the how to wash dishes by Miss Bobbitt, and these are some yucky dishes that are about to be cleaned. So for my introduction, I asked the question, need help washing dishes? This is how to wash. This how-to will teach you to wash the dishes. So that's gonna be the first part of my sentence. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna create another thing all the way at the bottom because I'm awesome. And I'm adding this right here. And then we're gonna create our paragraph at the end from as I broke it down. So I broke it down like this, and for my thought ideas, I did steps. First, you fill up the sink with water and with water and dish soap. So as I'm looking at my sentence, I want to go back and I want to correct it. We see some mistakes. My words, I do not have spaces in between my words, so I want to create a space. Now, the first letter in my sentence the first word in my sentence is not capitalized, that first letter, and I need to make sure I put a period. Guys, I'm showing these as an example of how you can create your steps in your rough draft and make sure you go back and check it. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna pull this to the end for my paragraph so we can read it together at the end. If you noticed, I added pictures in some of my on my pages so you guys can make sure if you want to, you can add pictures of your steps. So moving on to step 2. Next, as you see, I put a comma in between next, after next, because that's a pause when I speak and also a pause in a sentence. A comma is meaning to pause. So next, you will scrub the dishes with a sponge or dishcloth. And see it, I've also forgot a period. I'm making sure I add it. I'm gonna copy this and put this in the back so this can go into my final paragraph. So I really like that sentence. And I'm going to make sure I have that comma for the first. The next one is step 3. Finally, you will dry the dishes off and place them in the dish rack. So this sentence is really good. You notice that my first letter is capitalized. I do have a comma because of my pause, and I also have a period at the end. And none of my words are really close together. And I'm gonna do that one. And then the last part of my paragraph, I'm going to add the closing. If you notice, I didn't label my part of my paragraph. I wanted to break it down. Ooh, I only did 3 steps. So I wanted to break it down. So the last one, it says, just follow steps 1 through 3, and you will have the cleanest dishes ever. So that was my ending to my how-to. So a how-to just wants you to show others how to do something. So now we're gonna read this all together, and just like that, we created a paragraph. If you notice, my paragraph does have 4 to 5 sentences, and it's on the one topic. So, need help washing dishes? This how-to will teach you to wash the dishes. So that was my introduction. Now I'm gonna start with the steps. First, you will fill up the sink with water and dish soap. Next, you'll scrub the dishes with a sponge or a dishcloth. Finally, you dry the dishes off and place them in the dish rack. In my closing, it says, just follow steps 1 through 3, and you will have the cleanest dishes ever. So that is my paragraph for how to. Guys, reading was very simple for these 2 activities this week. Same and opposite. We already know what our synonyms and antonyms are. And even though you might have not filled it out the chart the same way that I did, I hope I was able to help you guys figure out what to do for that one. And for the how-to writing, you do not have to choose cleaning dishes. Choose something else that you might have learned or want others to learn about this week, about how to play a game, about how to ride a bike, about how to read a book. So you can do different how-tos. Have a great day. This is it for the reading portion.